Good. Calm
What? Hi guys, long time no see. This is really the first time in a super long time that I'm posting on this channel, but I actually had a piece of pretty important news to share with you guys, and with early decisions coming out later this week for most of the Ivy League schools, I thought this was the right time to make this video. Yeah, before I jump in, as you could probably tell from the thumbnail of this video, I was accepted early decision to Columbia University's class of 2030, and I will be attending there in the fall. And yeah, I watched a lot of these like stats videos when I was applying, so I thought, this would be the perfect time for me to become a little more helpful to, the people that are also applying to college and have, or have Ivy League dreams like I did. So yeah, this video is probably going to be split up into 3 parts. So one will be some background and my grades, and then honors and awards, and then the extracurricular activities I did. So yeah, with that, let's start off with some background and my school grades. If you've been following my channel, you probably know this, but I grew up in the States for most of my life. I grew up in New York, and I moved to Korea in 8th grade. Yeah, at the beginning of 8th grade. So I attended high school here in Seoul. I went to a pretty small international school where we followed the British curriculum. So for the first 2 years of high school, I followed this curriculum called the iGCSE, which is basically like the international version of the British school curriculum. And then for the final 2 years, I did the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, better known as the IBDP. Yeah, hard program, but it is definitely rewarding. But yeah, those are the courses that I took. If we start off at the beginning with freshman year, since I did the iGCSE, I took, I think, around 8 subjects. Yeah, I took 8 subjects, and those subjects were computer science, drama, English language, English literature, history, Mandarin, coordinated science, and mathematics. So basically how the iGCSE works is that you take all of these courses, and kind of like the AP, at the end of your sophomore year, you take this external exam and you get a grade for it. So the grades I got for these classes were, I ended up getting 5 A stars and 3 A's. So for computer science, I got an A, drama, I got an A, English lit and English lang, I got A stars. History, I got a 9. Interesting story about history. On this exam, I actually ended up getting the highest score for all the exam takers in my country, which was pretty cool. I don't think I actually put that on my application though, but I'll have to check. And then for Mandarin, I got an A star, and then science, I got a double A, and then mathematics, I got an A star. So yeah, as you can see, they're not bad grades by any means, but they're also not straight A pluses or A stars. So I would say if you are having qualms about your grades and you're worried that they're not enough, or you're worried about like grade dips or fluctuations in your grades, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Personally, for me, I struggled a lot in science and Mandarin. For science, I actually had a grade dip at the beginning of my sophomore year where I went from maintaining A stars to an A, and I ended up with an A for my final grade. And at the time, I was really devastated. I thought this would have a huge impact on my admissions, but it didn't. And then also for Mandarin, I started off pretty rocky because I had never taken Mandarin before, and I ended up taking a course that was probably a little too advanced for me. So I was told at the beginning of freshman year by the head academic that the most I could probably hope for in this class was a C. And if you know me, that kind of stuff kind of fuels me to prove the person wrong, and I ended up with an A star. But I definitely had a really hard time in the first 2 years of high school with Mandarin. So I would say, especially for foreign languages, pick something you're confident in, because I personally regret losing a lot of my time to studying a subject that, like, you know, isn't math or like English, because I mean, I don't know how to describe this, but like, yeah, for foreign languages especially, choose what you're good at, because I don't want to say wasted, because I love Mandarin and I loved my teachers and I loved learning, but I was so stressed at the beginning of my high school career, and I don't think that all that stress and like sleepless nights were worth it in the end, even though I got a really high grade. I think don't start off being too overambitious, because it might, you know, hit you in like a kind of bad way and you might get burnt out. And that's why when I started the IBDP, I stopped taking Chinese. I love Chinese, and I mean, I still have retained a lot of my speaking skills, but for me, it wasn't worth putting myself through that again for junior and senior year. So for the IB, basically, if you're not familiar with it, the IB basically works where you have higher level subjects and you have standard level subjects. And in most schools, students will choose to do 3 higher levels and 3 standard levels. So for me, my higher levels were English Lang Lit, History and Theater, and my SLs were Math AA, Bio, and Spanish Ab Initio. So Spanish Ab Initio is like the beginner Spanish class, and a lot of people say, like, I mean, it's definitely not an easy class. Like, just because they say like, oh, beginner Spanish doesn't mean it's easy, because you cover a lot in the 2 years. But for me, I think it was a wise choice, because I wanted a fresh start. I didn't want to constantly play catch up in Chinese, so I chose to do a different language, and for me that worked out really well. At the time of applying, I actually had maintained a 45 out of 45, so my predicted grade was a perfect score. In the IB, I had a 7 in every class, and I got all 3 of my core points. A lot of people like ask like how I did that, but I would say, number 1, for like my fellow IB students, choose the subjects you're good at and choose the subjects you like. Because I feel like a trap that a lot of people fall into is they want to choose like, oh, the hard subjects, or the subjects that they think are going to be the most impressive to an admissions officer. But I think it really, I mean, especially for US universities, they do holistic admissions, right? So I feel like if you're not a STEM person, or if like you're not good at math, taking HLAA math is not going to help you just because it's a hard course. So for me, I took theater, history, and English Lang Lit because those are the 3 subjects I enjoyed the most. Those are the 3 subjects that I had the best teachers in, and those are the 3 subjects that, did I say good at, or did I say? Anyways, those are the 3 subjects that I enjoyed and were good at. So that's why I chose them, and I think, you know, my subject choices were a lot of how I was able to end up with a 45. So yeah, I would say, I keep going on tangents here, but like just choose your subjects wisely for the IB. Yeah, that's what I would say. And I don't know if I said this before, but my school doesn't calculate GPA, so that wasn't part of my application at all. As for the SAT, I did take the SAT, but Columbia's test optional, so I don't know if they actually saw it or not, but I did choose to send my grades in. I chose to send my SAT grade in through, College Board. So yeah, and especially where I come from, I think a lot of people are hyper fixated on their SAT score. But I mean, as long as it's over 1550, I don't think you need to be worried. So for me, I think I took it about like 2 or 3 times to end up with a grade that I was happy with. And like, I mean, you can take it as many times as you want, right? So I think it is a plus if you take it, but for me, I don't know if I'm the person to speak on it, because the school, I mean, I'm going to was test optional, so I don't know how big of an impact my SAT scores actually made. And yeah, that's basically all to do with my grades, and next we're going to be going over my honors and awards. Alright, and now moving on to my honors and awards. Just to say, you can only list 5 awards on the Common App, so don't overdo stuff. I say that because for me, my resume at the time of applying was over 7 pages long. Like, that's what it looked like. And I would say a lot of this I did because I was paranoid. I was absolutely scared that what I was doing wasn't enough. So I was constantly trying to do more just for the sake of doing more. And at the end of the day, when it came to applying, I couldn't even use half of what I did, and I couldn't put it on the Common App because of that limit. So I would say do in high school. I mean, for me, I'm taking the IB, right? So don't overdo your ECs just because you're scared. When you do like an extracurricular activity or when you're applying for awards and things like that, do it because it means something to you. And, you know, do it because it serves a purpose in your application. Don't do it just for the sake of doing it because you want more awards, which is kind of what I did for some of my awards. And I didn't even get to like use them, and they made no impact to my application. So yeah, just that's for me. Yeah, anyways, the awards I ended up putting on the Common App was number 1, the National Young Arts Award in Film. And I was one of around 800 Young Arts winners out of more than 11,000 submissions. And this was a national award that I got in junior year. So that was my first award. And then my second award was also a national award, and it was also film related. It was that I was an official selection at the All-American High School Film Festival and the National Film Festival for Talented Youth. And this I also received in junior year. And then my third award was international, and I also received this in junior year, which was at the World Individual Debating and Public Speaking Championships that I ranked 4th worldwide in interpretive reading. I'll talk a little bit more about this later when I go to my extracurricular activities, but this, when I say this, I mean public speaking and debate and film were definitely like the 2 big parts of my application. And then for my 4th one, it was a state and regional award that I got in sophomore year, and this was National History Day. And my award was that at the Korean affiliate, I got 1st place for senior historical paper, and that was around the top 2% of all entries. And then my last award that I put was another international award that I got in sophomore year, and this one was the John Locke Global Essay Prize, which I got a shortlist and commendation for in the politics division. So yeah, those are my awards. And as you can see, I am definitely a humanities kid. I'm a humanities and arts kid. I love film, I love writing, things like that. I like speaking, talking. I love history, obviously, this channel. And yeah, I think a lot of the reason why I was able to be consistent with the things that I did and how I was able to be successful with the activities that I did in terms of like getting awards and stuff was because I genuinely loved it. And like I said before, for those things that I did that I wasn't really passionate about and I was doing it just to fill my resume, I don't think I enjoyed doing it, and I don't think it really made an impact in my application because my admissions officer never saw them because Columbia actually doesn't let you attach a resume. But yeah, so I know I said this before, but like please don't burn yourself out by biting off more than you can chew in terms of extracurriculars. Only do what really is gonna matter in your application, and second, do what you're gonna enjoy doing, because that is what's gonna make it worthwhile, even when you're stressed, even when you're busy. Like, it's only if you like it that I think you can manage to push through and continue, you know, pursuing your goals in that like particular field. So yeah, let's move on to my extracurricular activities. All right, the last chunk of my stats were, of course, my extracurricular activities. Like I said, I did a lot of stuff. I did a lot. And I mean, looking back, I think I really enjoyed doing most of the things that I did, but for some things I didn't enjoy at all. So I keep repeating this point. I know it's like annoying, but like seriously, like as someone who like was sleep deprived for like an entire 2 years in high school, do the things that make you happy, that you're gonna like doing in terms of extracurriculars. Like please don't burn yourself out because you're gonna regret it. Anyways, yeah, for the 10 activities that I listed on the Common App, number 1 was like, you know how like the Common App gives you like options for like the, what's it called? I don't know what they're called, but like I'll put it here. Like this is like what it looked like. It was journalism / publication, and the activity was editor-in-chief. So I served as editor-in-chief for the Korean Youth Honor Society's academic journal, Unseen. And basically I did this for 3 years. I did it for sophomore, junior, and senior year. And this was a pretty big commitment for me. I was editing a 150-page plus journal. I was managing a lot of contributors, and I ended up creating the first ever online archive for all the journals that KYHS, or the Korean Youth Honor Society, has published to date. And I think you can actually check that out at unseenarchives.net. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. This was one of those activities that definitely took up a lot of my time, but I genuinely like the people that I was working with, and writing and journalism is something that I've always been interested in. So this was a big chunk of my application, and it's a big part of who I am, and I enjoyed doing it a lot. So of course that was number 1 on the things that I listed. Second was actually this channel, which I've been running, I think, since 2021. I was really young when I started this channel, but yeah, I am the founder and editor of this channel, and at the time I think we had around over 15,000 subscribers and more than 300k total views. And of course what I do on this channel is I explain Korean history to an English speaking audience. A little bit of background about why this channel actually started. I started this channel when I was living in the States for a Korean American audience, because a lot of my friends who were gyopos, which means like what's it called, like foreign born Koreans, like basically like how do you say like gyopo? It's like the Korean version of like an ABCD, right? I don't know if that's right, but like basically like ethnically Korean people who like live abroad, or like lived abroad. And that's basically what a kyopo is. But like I made it for my kyopo friends because a lot of them were really interested in Korean culture and history, but they couldn't access like kid-friendly explanations of Korean history in English. So I said like, hey, like I could explain it to you. And that's why I started this channel, where I make very short, like hopefully entertaining videos about Korean history and the important figures throughout Korean history, and sharing that part of my culture with a wider global audience. So yeah, this also made up a huge part of my high school career, and yeah, it was the second most important thing that I listed on my Common App. So I guess a lot of my success in being admitted to Columbia is thanks to you guys, and thanks to this community that I've built on YouTube, and thank you guys so much for that. Yeah. And then the third thing I wrote was to do with debate and speech, and it was that I served as co-captain of the Korean National Speech and Debate Team for the World Individual Debating and Public Speaking Championships. I'm gonna call it IBDP. Yeah, for this, I captained a team of 11, and my focus area was interpretive reading. I ended up breaking a record for the most Korean speakers ever in the International Reading Finals, which was a quarter of all finalists, which was pretty impressive, and I was really happy when that happened. This was definitely a very special experience for me, because it's not often that you get to go on like an international stage representing your country, doing something you love. So yeah, I mean, you can probably tell by how long this video is getting that I love talking, but I also love debating. I love sharing my thoughts on current events. So public speaking was definitely something that I really liked doing. It definitely got stressful at times. Like sometimes like the whole community got a little bit toxic, but I really enjoyed doing it, and I still enjoy doing it. And yeah, it was one of those activities that was very meaningful for me. Yeah. The next two things that I had written down were summer programs that I went to. Both of these I attended in junior year, and one was the Kenyan Young Writers Residential Workshop, which was a writing camp. And then the second one was the Stanford Summer Humanities Institute, where I took the course Ancient Rome and Its Legacies and completed a research paper under Professor Christopher Krebs. Both of those, I really, really enjoyed my experiences there. They are both camps that I would heavily recommend if those are things that you're interested in. I would say they are pretty competitive from what I know, but I mean, if you do get in, I would say go, because they're really some of the best summer experiences that I had. And I ended up meeting the most amazing people and learning great things. And yeah, I mean, summer programs are great. Like, I think the really good summer programs are worth going to. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, yeah, moving on. The next thing I had down was that I worked as a voice actor for 천재교육 or 천재 education. And basically I recorded for an English learning app called Milk Tea, and I donated 100% of my earnings to a rehabilitation center. So yeah, that's what I did. And I mean, this might come as a surprise to people that aren't familiar with the fact that I was very heavily involved in like acting and like commercials and stuff. Yeah, there was a time in my life where I did a lot of like modeling stuff. I don't do it anymore, but yeah, at the time I was also doing voice acting stuff, and that's where this opportunity came in. And for me, it was really great because, you know, I like using my voice, I like singing, I like doing all that like entertainment kind of jazz. So yeah, this is really fun for me. And it was also great that I got to have a positive impact on my community with the earnings that I had. And yeah, so this went under paid work. The next thing I had was another journalism publication one, and this was that I was a junior editor at Polyphony Lit, and that I was also a contributing writer at The Voice in My Brain. I mean, this one's kind of straightforward. I mean, I reviewed submissions, I provided editorial commentary, and then for The Voice in My Brain, I wrote blog posts that promoted mental health awareness. Okay, yeah, that promoted mental health awareness. My voice hurts a little bit. But yeah, as you can tell, up to this point, a lot of my application had to do with public speaking, history, and writing. And at the end of the day, I think it all comes back to the story around my voice and who I am as a person. For me, it was always really important to share my voice and my thoughts with the world. And I think that aspect of who I am really shined through in my application, and I think that's probably what had the biggest impact on my AO. So yeah, the next thing I had was an internship, and it was that I was an unpaid intern at the Kawe Folk Museum. Here I taught how to paint traditional Korean art to visitors. I translated for an anthropologist, Laurel Kendall, and I also learned how to properly care for historical artifacts. I did this in my sophomore year, so it was one of those things that I'm not sure how big of an impact it actually had because I did it kind of earlier on into my high school career, but this was also something that I really enjoyed doing, and it was a great experience for me. So yeah, if you do have an opportunity to pursue an internship, I would definitely say, yeah, go for that. And then the penultimate thing I had down was student government, and it was that I was head student, I was head girl, I was head of community at my school. And basically with this, I mean, it's basically the British school equivalent of like student body president, I think. So I led the weekly assemblies, I hosted a leadership conference, and I was the head of middle and high school student council. And then for the last thing I had, it was that I was the head of SEM, which is a school-wide peer mentoring program. And yeah, that was a bit of service that I had put down on my application. And that is basically it. Alright, so with that, we have gone over basically all parts of my application to Columbia. And we've gone over the stats that helped me to be admitted. And like I said at the beginning of this video, what's wrong with me today? Regular decisions come out at the end of this week. And as I end this video, I kind of just wanted to say, the schools you get accepted to are not a reflection of you as a person. And I mean, this will sound cringy, but I think you will end up at the school that you're meant to go to, and the place where you'll be the happiest. So I feel like, I mean, I'm not sure if the people who are watching this are going to be seniors like me, or if they're going to be younger students hoping to get admitted to Columbia one day, but I mean, it's definitely a stressful season right now, and I hope that my video has helped with any worries or qualms. And yeah, and as I end, I just want to say that good luck on your early decisions. Why do I keep saying early decision? Good luck on your regular decisions, and I hope whoever's watching this, that you have all the success in the world, and that you end up at the school that is the best fit for you, that is your dream school, and where you're going to be happiest at. So best of luck, best wishes to everyone watching, and thank you for staying with me if you're still here with me. And yeah, thank you for supporting my channel, and good luck.